How do you know it's time to cut bait on a friendship or relationship? That's not an easy decision. Perhaps you've known them for a long time or are just beginning to explore the friendship. While you may understand the psychological reasons for their behavior, you're either getting the energy you need from the relationship or you're not. Regardless, here are 7 signs that the friendship simply isn't going to bring you the value that you hoped it would. Sign number 1. The friendship or relationship is consistently one-sided. You reach out, but they don't. You offer times and places to get together, and they don't respond for days. Your time is valuable, and they don't seem to respect the sacrifice you make for the relationship. Recently, a friend asked to get together for a coffee. I couldn't due to work commitments, but I offered to meet for a happy hour or dinner. He didn't respond for days. When I finally withdrew my offer, he responded with, "Well, I guess you don't value my friendship. Dude, when it's your way or the highway, I'm happy to drive on." Sign number 2, manipulation. When does influence cross the line to become manipulation? Some people can only be comfortable in a relationship when they can control you. When they attempt to control you through guilt-tripping, robo-calling when they are trying to pressure you, or some form of bullying, this relationship isn't for you. Influence should always be done with respect and transparency. When influence is disrespectful or deceptive, it's time to drive on. When a friend wanted to do something with me, he would call relentlessly, text me, anything he could do to get my response that minute. I normally respond within a few hours, so the robo-calling barrage wasn't needed or welcomed. When I tried to get him to just shoot me a text and be patient, he agreed, but did what he always did again the next time. I cut off the relationship out of disrespect for boundaries, but also manipulation. With manipulation, watch for times when you deny a request for time or money for good reason, but get a guilt trip. Yikes. No thanks. Sign number 3, energy vampire. After spending time with some people, you feel drained. Pay attention to this. With one friend, I had a lot of compassion for him, but he was so needy. He dominated conversations when I was with him, and he did what he could to try and stretch out our time together. I noticed how drained I felt after meeting with him. I couldn't put my finger on why, just that I needed recovery time after being with him. But I felt guilty for spending less and less time with him. And eventually, I realized that I was worth protecting, so I eventually cut off the relationship. Sign number 4, trust betrayal. Trust is the foundation of all relationships. When trust is a problem, nothing else matters. When a family member clued me in that personal information shared with a friend was being broadcast by him, I confronted him. He agreed to stop, but my secrets were like currency to him, and he was itching to spend it with others. I didn't cut him off, but I did spend less time with him and did not trust him with any personal information, even though he tried to get me to speak about personal matters. Sign number 5, core value differences. I enjoy spending time with people who think differently than I do, but when a friend started repeating debunked conspiracy theories, I grew concerned. He wasn't open to contradictory facts and disrespected me for rejecting beliefs I knew were untrue. This reinforced to me that I deeply value truth seekers, those who stay open to credible information sources and apply analysis to their beliefs. Clearly, he disrespected me for not buying his beliefs, but honestly, I didn't respect him for ignoring scientifically validated information. Time to part ways. Family and friends who can disagree without being disagreeable are keepers. When neither of you can respect the values of the other, you're better off spending less time together. Sign number 6, low priority. We all juggle many priorities, so I understand that plans get canceled or that things come up. But when the plans change often, it's clear that you don't matter to people who matter to you. That's a tough pill to swallow, that someone doesn't value you. But a pattern of canceling plans, forgetting dates, not showing up when you need them, but expect you to behave differently indicates that you're a low priority. Either you're okay with that or you're not. But see clearly how their behavior indicates priority, not their words. Sign number 7, they're a Vicky victim. I know how controversial this one is, but if your friend is a Vicky victim, hell-bent on letting you and everyone else know what a victim they are, consider less time or even cutting them off. I know, what if they were a victim? Aren't we all? Yet some people are able to turn the page and create a better life, while others seem invested in letting their setback become their identity. After trying to help a friend process a childhood trauma, I realized that they were too invested to consider healing. They were a downer to be around because everything seemed to circle back to their identity as a victim. At some point, you realize you can't help because they don't want help. They want pity. You express your feelings and needs and nothing changes. They're on their journey and you're on yours. Let it be. Ending a relationship can be hard, but doing so is an act of love towards yourself. Let them be as they are, and learn to manage your space, sovereign of your inner world, doing what works for you and others to a point. When one of these 7 signs is evident, you make the choice that works best for you and your world. Thanks for joining us at the Change Capability Institute today.